Hey guys, it's Roscoe, and on the Space Cat today we're joined by Paige Tico because we're going to be reviewing this Bomber Command by Jason Fry, who has done loads of other stuff in Star Wars. He wrote the Last Jedi novelisation and the Galactic Atlas for Legends. He also wrote that. Now, I did very much enjoy this. It's Paige's diary. So it covers a lot of the stuff that was in Cobalt Squadron. Up to, I guess, just before the First Order attacks Dakar. So it includes a Terror from a Cobalt Squadron where they were doing the various supply runs. It also has a little bit more about her and Rose's background. But what it's really good for is, in the same way that Rey's journal had loads of like cutaways and extra information, this does too. So let's just go through it. Lots of very nice pictures in here. Here is the cover. We see her there with some various ships there. And there she is. I enjoyed her character. I thought she was good for like a one-shot, 5-10 minutes on screen. There is Rose, of course, and here is the bomber. There's another one there. And there were some interesting little tidbits of information in this as well. There we see the two of them in the ball turret. Just look at Rose's tools, because she's a mechanic. There you see her wearing the Hazy and Smelt necklace. There is a nice top view of the Cobalt hammer, and there's one of the bombs that they've painted. There are all of the bombs in the bomb shaft. There is one of the crew, Max Jerd, I think it is. And here is a cutaway here. So there is the plan of the Star Fortress. See all the various bits there. I think we've gone through that vehicle previously. So yes, it has about the clip and the cockpit, all the different targeting and weapons, where all the ion thrusters are, all that sort of thing. So what else do we have? Is this also a cutaway? Yes. So, breath mask instructions here. And that opens out into the safety briefing, which is very nice on how to put on your helmet. Then it's just some of the stations. This is the cockpit. There it is as an ore digger rather than a bomber. There's another one of Rose. There is Rose. This, I think, is when she's working on the bafflers or something, maybe, to mask their ion signature. And then we just have squad personnel. So there's Fossil, who we first saw in Cobalt Squadron as their boss. And there's Vobadand. There is some of the others. Bomber missions. There's the car. This is a timepiece with TIE fighters. There's the ball turret again. Now this is interesting. Bombers through time. So we have the TIE bomber, the Y-wing, the Star Fortress, and the droid bomber. I believe this opens out. Yes, it does. So we have some very nice schematics here. But what is most interesting about this is some of the information that says about the TIE bomber and the Y-wing. The Y-wing. The Republic made heavy use of Y-wings to counter separatist capital ships and destroy infantry and ground emplacements during the Clone War. They were slow but tough and reliable. The rebellion saved many from the scrapyard, and the Resistance is still using them today, which we haven't seen in the films, of course, but they are in there somewhere. Out on placement somewhere else in the galaxy, I guess, with their allies in the Outer Rim. The TIE bomber. The Empire developed these bombers to deliver explosives with pinpoint accuracy, preventing collateral damage caused by capital ship bombardments. The Boffins warn us the First Order has its own model of this craft. And I do wonder, you know, in the scene in The Last Jedi where they're on DJ's ship and you see all the holograms of the different ships. You see a TIE fighter, a TIE bomber, a TIE interceptor, X-wing. The X-wing was the modern X-wing, and you couldn't tell the difference on the TIEs if they were old or new. So very likely they could have been the new model of it. So hopefully we'll see them at some point. Here we see the crash procedure, which is here. Bays opening to drop these guys. Just another nice drawing of it there. I wonder if some of these came from the concept art. Just about their adventures, how they wanted to see the galaxy when they were children. Some the animals, there's a tuca, that of course is a fathier. These will be other animals from their various homeworlds. A Minoc, Hapabor. Oh, and a Purgle. A space whale. So we've got another fold out here. There is the General. And that is just an X-wing and an A-wing. You see the Raddus there. Grand Troops. I think this is Poe, to be honest. There's the General again. Now here's a real hero. Rose would love to meet someone like that. It's just a bit about them there. Some more schematics. Sleeping under the stars in their habdome. It says galactic map here, but it's kind of a very abbreviated one, as it just says First Order space. There was not a lot of planets on there. So we do have here's Coruscant. This is Otomok, sorry Paige, which is their homeworld, and then Starkiller base out in the unknown regions and various other planets there. Let's stand you back up. First Order Trooper. And there is some more on the First Order. And this opens up also. It's like a map of Hayes, Major and Minor, which were the homeworlds in the Otomok system, I believe. There is the TIE bomber. So we got pirates. The pretense the First Order uses, you know, it's like back in the old days in the 20th century, it's like the Soviet Union or whoever would step in to maintain security, bring peace, that sort of thing. The First Order is the same. There we see the Ninka, there's a TIE fighter. Join the First Order, tame the wild frontier, and that obviously is an executioner stormtrooper. And it has this, which is very nice. Phasma and two of the executioners there. What else do we have? Rose with the General. These are two of the characters from Cobalt Squadron, the ones who crashed their ship into the clip, and they're the Resistance. There's Casca, I think she's the leader, and that was like her son or her nephew or something. And this obviously is from the movie. Vice Admiral Holdo. And there is Paige there. They're so used to both of them being in the gunball turret that when Rose is reassigned to the Ninka and then onto the Raddus, it feels strangely empty and large without her. And this is Rosa's coda saying that Paige transmitted this to her when they were on the flight back to Dakar. And you see the two of them there. So yes, that is it. We end with the necklace. Great little book, thoroughly enjoyable. All those drawings and cutaways and everything. It's fantastic. And just little nuggets that yes, Y-Wings and TIE bombers are still active in the galaxy. It's always good to know. But for now, guys, that's just my review of Bomber Command. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment, a suggestion, or a comment topic you'd like to see discussed. Or like the video.